started in Echuca village where my mum and dad had a farm, and I'm the eldest of 7 children. So that was where it started. Then I sort of went to school in Echuca village school in Echuca, then gained a job over here at the State Rivers and Water Supply Commission as secretary in front desk. And that's where I met Les's dad worked there with me, and that's where I met Les. And then that's how I became involved with Tongala. No.
What were they like? Were they sports people?
Well, I grew up in a family of horse riders. I loved horses. With 7 of us, oldest 4, and then we younger 3. My dad on the farm said, I can't run you to all different sports. We're doing one. And when he said horses, I go, yippee. So I loved horses, and I still do. So we were in a pony club. I loved show jumping, horse, show riding, all those sort of things. And then when I met Les, it sort of changed a bit. I was asked by, Spud came and asked me to be secretary because they couldn't find someone, and Maureen was sort of wanting to step down. So I thought about it for a little while and I said yes to it. So then I didn't play for the first 12 months. I might have had just a bit of a practice. And then the next year I put my hand up to sort of start. Yes, so that's...
So you started as secretary and then moved into bowls?
Yes, yes. Apart from, well, when I met Les and we got married, so because he was connected with, and I've written a bit about that here, with basketball, he was heavily involved there. So then I started playing basketball, and then helping him or supporting him, because he instigated the building of that stadium down at the football ground. Because we played in an old hall here, which used to be the picture theatre, and his one ambition was to get a stadium for the town. So then I sort of became a partner to what he was doing. And then my family came in, and then I sort of stepped back a little bit, and then we went into other things together. So
now, that would have been a little bit of a crossover, because umpiring sport can be really tough.
Yes.
And Les would have umpired people he sat on committees with.
Yes.
Did it ever spill over on the court or into the committee room or anything, or was he able to separate life in town with his umpiring? Yeah,
well, I think the people he was umpiring kept it on the court. I don't remember any sort of spillover into our private life or anything else, so yes.
Spud's idea entirely, or did he...
Well, I don't know whether it was Spud's idea, but he was the one that came and asked me. He might have asked others before me. And Les was a bit against it because he had just retired, but I need something to do. So I said, I'm going to take it on, but didn't realise it was going to be for this long. Well, it was sort of mitigating circumstances. I started to get injury problems. I had to have a hip replacement, and Les started to become very sick too. So it became a heavy commitment that I'd taken on, because I took on the catering secretary and other things. So I was pretty involved here, and probably not as involved at home as much as I should have been.
Did you handpick your successor when the new secretary took the role?
No. Di just come along, and who is the secretary now, and I think 10 years, even if I'd have been well, is long enough for someone to do it, and then new people come in with newer ideas, or maybe better ideas, or can improve on what I've done. So I had many roles. When my children started junior sports, I think Karen started in the swimming club. So then I used to take on treasurer's job because it was the easiest. And then it evolved into being a secretary sometimes, or president. Not president very much, but either secretary or treasurer. Yeah. sitting down here, I feel I'm a better secretary. I'll leave it up to the members to say how well I bowled. Well, I don't know whether it brought about it, but it just seemed to evolve into that spot because I felt they were diminishing and we didn't have enough ladies to sort of form a committee. And then we folded for a couple of years, and then to get it back going again, it just became the next step in our committee. Yep.
And that's maintained since?
Yes, yeah. Well, I think it's the best way to go because most clubs, bowls clubs, I don't know why, but they had 2 committees in them, and most of them have evolved into one main committee. Yes. Yep.
Now you work with Spud Florence, we've already mentioned, Possum
Yes.
Wyam, Alan Davis, also names like Hoare and Davies, and
Yep.
finally with Steve Usher.
Yep.
There's a fair few different personalities amongst that group.
Well, I've tried to write down.
Go for it.
So on the one that, well, Spud, I only worked with him for a short time because he was stepping down as president, and then Poss came in. I worked with Poss and I put down here is fair but strong when the club is facing a controversy. And we went through a couple there with some members that came in and wanted to change a lot of things. And he was very strong and stuck to the rules, and I liked that. And he supported me in lots of our decisions. We worked well together. Alan Davis then came along and he was similar, a bit more sort of outgoing and with people. Poss is quite
Diplomatic?
Yes. Poss is more like he's a bit like introverted sometimes, I would say, a bit quieter. Yeah. And then Peter Hoare, he was short term. Yes, I still catch up with him. He was here for the Tinnick Triples, and they still come and they catch up with me. But that was short term, so the time of working with him was, I thought, quite similar to Alan Davis, and then Ron Davies, probably a short term connection with him too. Steve Usher, I just said, chatty, communicative.
That sums it up very, very well.
And that's the person he is, but he still gets things done, yes. Yes, well, that was one thing when the older ladies were sort of retiring and not wanting to play bowls anymore. We had, I think, 12 to 18 months here where we didn't have a team. I went and played at Kyabram on a permit for a little while, and I still wanted to get this team going. And I was got down here Bob Jarvis, who was a member here. I don't know whether you know Bob.
Yeah, his name's come up.
Yes, he was here and he said, I would love to help you do this, and he would be the coach. So that was when the rules of pennant for midweek, we could have men playing in midweek pennant.
Yes. And
so we had formed a team of 6 women and 2 men and some fill-ins as well. I think Lonnie Monk was in that too. And we won the premiership. So, but to me, it was just a joyful time. We hunted and scrounged and found new members, still some of them with us. Yeah, but they've now improved that and gone out and got more people, yes. I did not know much about the history of the Tongala Bowls Club, only what Les had told me because he worked with Albie Smith and he did his apprenticeship with Ray Nurse. So they were, and he used to tell me about a lot of the older members when they played over in Miller Street. So when I got here, I read through I love reading through history and doing a lot of those things, but didn't have the time to sort of go further. So then I started to learn about, and one thing here I put, I'm amazed at the number of hours that volunteers gave to achieve this fantastic organisation. And the Tongala Bowls Club is we now own the club rooms and greens from the Shire and everything like that. Even though it was built on volunteer members, it is ours now, so yeah, to look after.
Great feat.
Yeah.
The first one's the Tinning family.
Well, I'm a major part of the Tongala Bowls Club. Great people and very welcoming, I would say, yes.
Living in Tongala or life in Tongala?
Well, I said community minded, and I love that. I don't need to be in a big house, big whatever, and big company. I just love the community because when Les and I work with the kids down here, junior basketball, those kids still come back. They're 50-year-olds, but they still come back and ask how I'm going. Yes. Yeah.
Lawn bowls, the sport.
Well, I put down here, should have started playing earlier. It's like a family to me, yes. Yeah.
Jeff and May Cameron?
Yes, they had sort of retired from bowling. I wasn't connected here much with them, but great people in the town, yes.
Being a club secretary?
Fulfilling, I would say. And I love being challenged, yes.
Committee meetings?
Well, they were challenged sometimes. I'll say that, challenging. No, they were quite good. Well done. Yeah, well run and everything like that. Yep.
Being a volunteer?
Well, I do. People often say to me, why don't you get paid for it? But that was just the way I've grown up. I love volunteering and being part of something. Yeah.
And future of Tawny Bowls Club?
Well, I feel that the future of the Tawny Bowls Club is the growth and getting new members. Yes.
Terrific. Thanks, Pat.
Okay.